Long time ago in Riau, there was a kingdom named Gossip. The kingdom was great. The people lived happily and prosperously. The land was fertile. They also had much water for their rice fields. The kingdom was so peaceful. King Gossip had a great chief commander. His name was Chief Gimpa. He will do anything to protect his king and his beloved kingdom. The chief was much respected because he mastered martial arts and supernatural power. King Gossip had only one child. Her name was Princess Kacamaya. She was so beautiful. Kings and princes from other kingdoms had come to propose the princess. However, none of them was accepted. The princess did not love any of them. One day, King Aceh sent his two best soldiers to King Gossip. The soldiers brought a special message. King Aceh planned to marry Princess Kacamaya. King Gossip welcomed the two soldiers nicely. He then asked his daughter to tell the soldiers her decisions. "I don't love your king," said. "Tell him that I don't want to be his wife," said the princess. The two soldiers were upset. They knew King Aceh would have this bad news. And they were right. King Aceh was so angry. He said, "Attack Gossip Kingdom. I want to give them a lesson. The princess should not reject my proposal. This is insult." Meanwhile, King Gossip had already anticipated the attack. He knew King Aceh hated the rejection and would attack his kingdom. He ordered Chief Gimpam to lead the soldiers to go to the border. They will stop King Aceh's soldiers to enter their kingdom. One soldier reported to King Aceh that Chief Gimpam and his soldiers were waiting at the border. King Aceh knew how great the chief was, so he was thinking of another way to enter the kingdom. King Aceh asked his soldiers to kidnap a villager and asked him to lead the way to Gossip Kingdom. At first, the villager refused, but then the soldiers tortured him badly. Finally, the villager gave up. He showed another way to go to the kingdom. King Aceh and his soldiers succeeded to enter the kingdom. He went without any problem. The king kidnapped Princess Kacamaya. King Gossip immediately ordered one soldier left to go to the border and told the chief about the bad situation. Chief Gimpam was so angry to hear that princess was kidnapped. He immediately ordered his soldiers to go to King Aceh's palace. When he arrived, the chief attacked the soldiers with his skills. He could beat them easily. He found the princess locked in one room. With his supernatural power, he opened the door easily. The chief broke the princess. However, the princess was terribly ill. She could not hold the pain anymore. Sadly, the princess died. No! Princess, don't leave our king! Don't leave our kingdom! The chief did not bury the princess' body. He wanted the king to see his beloved daughter before the burial. King Gossip was sad when he saw his beloved princess had died. Maya, why you leave here me alone? After the burial, the chief requested to resign. He felt that he already failed to bring the princess back home alive. The king could not stop the chief's decision to quit. After the chief Gimbam left the palace, he opened a new place. Slowly, people came and they named it Pekanbaru. When the chief After that, Chief Gimbam left the palace. He opened a new place. Slowly, people came and they named it Pekanbaru. When the chief died, people buried his body not far from Pekanbaru. Until now, the grave still exists. Thank you.